Now, coming off of what you said, I give certain people like that legendary status. The reason why I call people legends is not because... So you could be a legend by living off your music. Have you not made money and lived off your music?
No.
You have.
I've made money, but not lived off the music.
You have, because you spent the money to eat at least, right?
I mean, I probably could order a number 2.
Well, then that's what
I traded the album for a piece of chicken.
Okay.
Crown fried one time.
But the reason why I call people legends, though, is not for money. It's the influence in which you've conduced change in a person's mindset. That's what makes a conscious rapper legendary. A ignorant rapper would be considered legendary for how people have worn their clothes or rapped their music and banded their lifestyle around it. Even Superfly is legendary because everybody want to be pimps and fuck up the police.
You
know what I'm saying? So that's legendary. Let's go into what it means to have a legend applied to you. You've said that Redman is an influence in your style, and what was it? The Glitter song? Was it Glimmering? Flipping Tables. The song.
Flipping Table. Rare Candy, probably. What?
And you.
What song? I said Tap Your Back. Like, did you see that? Raised on Reggie Buster Fuji's Kevin Smith movies.
Now.
Jersey shit. You know what I mean?
Now. Redman is known for having the comedy side of his rhymes, but also impactful word delivery and rhyme mastery. How did you find your voice in hip-hop to be able to speak your own language and not just regurgitate other people's styles?
Yeah, it took mad long. Artist development, you know what I'm saying? It took mad long. Like, I'm talking 500 shows. You know what I mean? Which was a while ago. You know, I'm 31. I started spitting in the year 2000. Okay. Right? So I was in high school when I started, like 8th grade, 9th grade. I started performing, doing shows by 2003 when I was a junior year, you know? And at the time, like Jay-Z and Nas were beefing. You know what I mean? College Dropout was coming out. Bars mattered. You had to be clever. Everything was about mixtapes, Smack DVD. People had wordplay. So it was about saying something clever, having something worth listening to. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're more advanced. I want that Noam Chomsky. I don't need Dr. Seuss at this point. Right. You know, but hip hop's very Dr. Seuss with it right now. You know, you know, it's been years and years and years of coming into my own. It wasn't an overnight thing. It was gradual. For me to say, okay, I don't have to be the most lyrical. I don't have to be the most political. I don't have to just have shock value. I could do me, which is a little bit of all those things. I watch Al Jazeera, I might roll a little blizzy, you know what I'm saying? And then go outside, play tennis, maybe not, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, have fun later on that evening, you know what I mean?
Lyle Omolayo is a very cultured and classy MC. And the reason why I say that is because when I listen to your music, I don't get one feeling. I can get the lyrical Redman delivery that you say, but I also get a little native tongues at how you deliver your musical style.
Definitely.
As an artist, how does the music speak to you and bring the best out of you?
Oh man. You know what? It gives me a place to vent rather than tapping my veins and then, you know what I mean? I might be Bobby Brown. No, I wouldn't. You know, but it's an anti-drug. Literally, I was going through a very crazy, you know, turbulent time in life, and the ability to write about it led me to third person what I was going through and kind of look at it a little bit more objectively. You know what I'm saying? It's therapeutic. Okay. Writing is therapeutic. And two, once you like go through a trauma and you write about it, it's no longer, you're sharing it now. You know what I'm saying? It's off your chest pretty much. So that's how it's helped me a whole lot. And just for pure amazement, like, oh shit, I wrote this shit? You're a vessel, you know what I'm saying? I think the most powerful stuff comes where I just open up and just channel energy rather than think, I'm gonna write about this. This is gonna be the best. I'm just like, nope, there goes the paper. I'm just gonna be open, and whatever thoughts come, I'm just gonna let them flow.
Check this out. Part of being a great artist is being able to be a kaleidoscope of intent. A lot of people write just to give a message, but people don't understand what they write invokes spiritual feeling, emotion, clarity, even questions. I call it the enlightenment. If Lyle Omolayo's rhymes do that, how else could he inspire if he was a cartoon?
Oh, he's coming. He's coming. I'm lit. Look, man. It's in my back pocket. Keep a mirror in my pocket and I practice looking hard. Look at that. You see that? He's coming. So he'll be in here soon. You know, I'm still working on it, but 2019, my debut is coming.
See,
Like for Lyle Omolayo.
See, the thing is, with my interviews, I give God the credit because they're spiritual. Because that should have never happened. You know what I'm saying? But when things connect and you can actually feel the essence of an artist in their music, you connect to them.
Yeah.
So as an MC or orator, answer this question for me. What moves the crowd? Education, diction, or noise?
All of the above, right?
Explain.
All right, so I believe this, right? I'm gonna back this up with Aristotle's rhetoric. Let's quote an old Greek pedophile. He said to persuade the crowd, one must have ethos, pathos, and logos, right? Ethos, practical wisdom. You got to demonstrate. Pathos, right? Being aware of who your crowd is, who you're speaking to, and logos is your word choice for the crowd, right? So when I come into a crowd that's whatever, and I have to get their attention, you never come out, put your hands in the air, da, 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 da. Nah, I learned that from the teacher. KRS-One doesn't even come out in his first song demanding the crowd to do stuff. You show and prove first. You show them first you have practical wisdom. You show them your ethos, right? So I might come out there. It's the freshest, the newest. I even shampooed my pubics, right? Now that's funny. That loosened them up a little bit. They're like, oh, he's not so bad. Now, come to the second chorus, I got them saying it with me, right? That's the pathos. And the logos is knowing. If I say wiggle these nuts is universal, right? So if I say, where's my black people at? Put your hands up. Only the black people are gonna put their hands up. You know what I mean? But if I say wiggle these nuts, anyone who has nuts is gonna wiggle them. Or, you know, resonate with that. And then even women who wanna say that too. These nuts is a universal term. So that's like, it's an organizing tool as well. Hip hop is about moving the crowd. The MC must move the crowd. It is a skill. If you can't move the crowd, you're not MC.
That's right. But you're also a teacher on the mic as well.
Yeah.
And I want to save a little bit of my questions for the third part, but let's give them a piece of this because I like to separate my interviews in pieces.
Yes, sir.
Let's get deep for a second.
Okay.
In today's society, the teacher plays the pawn. And in the game of chess, the pawn is front line. The queen is the ruler. But the knights dictate direction. Kings protect queens. Queens have dominion over the board. I'm not going in every piece, bishops and all that. But the pawn is the one that's always played in the setup. And in our country, in our inner cities, education is always set up to take a major downfall to any social experiment that goes on politically or mentally or even entertainment-wise in our country. As a teacher yourself, I want to ask you, teachers and MCs are orators and they give lessons, but as a teacher, why is it important to never compromise your integrity and always make sure that your lesson MC? Why is it always important to never compromise your integrity and make sure that your music, lesson in music, lesson in knowledge? Why is it important for that never to falter to the times that dictate fads and always be present in the lesson so that the student, listener, always gets something that feeds their soul and spirit?
That's deep. So, on a personal note, can't chase fads. They change all the time, right? They come and they go. They're fickle. We're looking at a Venom on the wall, right? We see Deadpool. This is Star Wars. Started in the 80s. Some of these have been around for 20, 30 years, these characters. You know, 40 years even, right? How old is Superman?
80.
Right? They stayed with them. They stayed consistent. You come to Superman to get Superman. He does what he does best. I like Spawn, you know. You go to Spawn, you get Spawn. Go to MF Doom, you get MF Doom. You go to Czarface, you get Czarface. You see what I'm saying? Finding your fingerprint. my whole thing is this, right? The timeline of human history, because we all exist, our notch is already there because you're alive. You know what I'm saying? No one can occupy your space at all. So like this fingerprint you have is yours to own and claim. So it's just about like delving into your style, because like Jeet Kune Do is the, you know, there's another style though that's coming. Just as that came, there shall be another. Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna learn from Jeet Kune Do and might maybe mix it with some. Say, oh, maybe I can, something develop. So it's about finding your fingerprint. So authenticity, that's of the highest importance, right? So when stuff is done with truth, it lasts. I listened to Mac the Knife the other day. It's an old song, you know what I mean? Classic. Strange Fruit, Classic. Pedro Navaja. It's still good. It's still good. It's still good. What's going on, Marvin Gaye?
Classic.
It's still good. Inner City Blues. There's no way you can't feel that. Change gonna come. That scene in Malcolm X where he's walking at the end. Yeah. There's no way you can't feel that, because it's truth. His soul is put into that. It's a little different than effortless, mindless. Just for the sake of having a that's cool. That's what we did when we were kids. Miss Mary Mac, oh Justin. That's cool. I'm not playing patty cakes anymore. I'm a little too old for that. You know, I ain't patty cake catch rap. That's good for the kids though, you know. The space I occupy, is like as a teacher. So I'm thinking like, yo, maybe I could put the Noam Chomsky, the Naomi Klein, and the Howard Zinn into a verse. You know what I'm saying? I watched a documentary about King Leopold II, you know, being one of the biggest landowners in Africa. You know what I'm saying? In Zaire. White King, Red Rubber, Black Death. That's the name of the documentary. And then from that, watching that, also reading books by Ivan Van Sertima, John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef Ben. I crafted this verse about, you know, this song, Never Ending Story, about colonialism. So it's like I'm still gonna slide it in there. Medical Apartheid. There's a track on the album Medical Apartheid. I mentioned Macross and Robotech in there and different comic book things, but then I just switch gears. Then I start talking about Harriet A. Washington's book, Medical Apartheid. First thing I do is ethos, pathos, and logos. That's a pure example of like the strategy of me as an MC on this, and how I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have fun, but y'all gonna leave with something. You're gonna leave with something. A piece of information, make you think about something differently, maybe share something, open up, you know? So it's like lyrical wordplay, and then I'm starting to slip in, and then next thing you know, it's a full out lecture. and you're like, damn, I need to go research Sarah Bartman. You know, how was the speculum made from gynecology? What were those experiments like? How many different versions did they have? Who did they experiment on? Was any anesthesia used? Read the book. That's what I'm hoping to do, spark conversations. You know, let's talk about the Berlin Conference, the scramble for Africa, you know? Hernan Cortez posing as Quetzalcoatl to trick the Mayans. Let's talk about it.